Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Welcome back, YouTube friends, to another episode of Romeo Rides. This is day 2 of my Hawaii series. Today I will take you on a social ride with some challenging elevation gains on the Wilhelmina Rise. On this ride, I also have a special guest with me that I will introduce shortly. They put this ride on together for us to just have some good quality time, get to know each other, and also at the end of it to enjoy and indulge some delicious pancakes. In the area of Kaimuki, I was mentioned that these pancakes are fairly cheap. They weren't too expensive. I was asking them, I was like, oh, I've been to a few areas where the food is quite expensive, especially for like breakfast meals. And since I'm from Canada, that exchange rate into USD was slapping my bank account like crazy. So I'm like, okay, I need to save a few dollars. So where could you recommend that I could find some cheap eats? So this pancake place was actually one of those on the list. So we decided, we're like, okay, yeah, we'll go there after this ride. Without further ado, let's get ready. Let's put on our cycling gear and hop on the bike. First, we have these Rafa cycling shorts. They're actually quite comfortable. I've worn them a few times now. They aren't bib shorts, but sometimes I don't want these straps, so I'll go for these type of cycling shorts. I'm pairing it with the Lecol Pro lightweight jersey in powder blue. Honestly, I saw this on the website and I'm like, this color is so nice. It'll probably look so good on. So I definitely added to cart. I paired it with these glasses that I got from Amazon actually. Welcome back to day 2. Today I am actually meeting up with a guy that I met yesterday randomly on the road. We were both stopped at the stoplight and I was like, hey, how's it going? And then we just had a bit of chit chat. We exchanged some information. His name is Douglas Concha, and apparently he holds a Guinness World Record for fastest circumnavigation of the globe on a single speed bike. Apparently it was like 18,000 miles across 6 continents, averaging around 101 miles per day, which is impressive and commendable. So yeah, I'm gonna take a ride with him today and yeah, get to know each other a little bit better and see how he performs on this single speed. Good morning, Mr. Douglas. Hey! How are you? I'm doing good. Sorry for mask today on the top.
Yes, yeah. We have to go around and then we're going over there. And he is. That's it. Okay, that's it. Alright, we're sitting down here too. Sorry. I know sometimes when it gets mentioned for like, what is it like? Eating the most pancakes or something? Because there's a lot of like bullshit Guinness records. I never thought about that. I was like the biggest brownie. And I was like, well, actually, it is legit. You have a plaque or something? Good. Then it's official.
And we are off on our little adventure together. When I was riding to Waimanalo from Waikiki, which I actually uploaded that ride here. On my way back, I was coming to a stoplight and I was like, oh, let me be cheeky. Let me just roll up to him all casual and be like, hey. So he looked over. He's like, oh, hey. He's like, oh, wow, you're all decked out in your cycling gear. And I was like, yeah, I was just doing some cycling content and I've been getting into road cycling. So I just wanted to have the whole attire from helmet to shoes. And he chuckled and laughed. He's like, yeah, well, it looks good. And I'm like, thank you so much. So we exchanged each other's name, and I was mentioning to him that I was visiting from Vancouver. And he asked, he's like, oh, like what brings you to Hawaii? And I was like, just leisure, get away from the cold and rainy season, enjoy some sunshine. And also I've been dying to ride my bike. So here we are on the bike. And honestly, I wasn't expecting to meet such a cool person. And it is funny how things present themselves to you in the most unexplainable ways. If I didn't have the thought to roll up casually and be cheeky and be like, hey, I wouldn't have met a person with a Guinness World Record.
They have music, they have food. Yeah, it's just like when you've gone to a marathon or even a 5 or a 10K, it's a big show.
What the f*** happened to this?
Don't hesitate, yeah.
What happened?
I mean, I'm guessing from the rap that it was his fault.
Absolutely.
I'm guessing from the rap that he wanted to race something. I have no idea what, but it was his fault. Okay, good. This was actually my first car when I was like 20 years old.
This one?
Z3.
Oh, that one. Okay.
This little Z3.
That's cute.
The first generation one. That was my first car that I bought like as a young adult.
Nice.
When I started working.
Yeah, mine was like after college, like after my Honda Civic days. As my graduation gift, I'm like, I'm gonna get a Mercedes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, and I'm also gonna live downtown. Lasted like what, 3 months? I'm like with my high chest thinking I could do both. No way.
Or like the apartment was nice but the refrigerator was empty.
I mean, I did have a roommate, so thankfully.
I don't know, I did that for a bit myself.
But I had to sell the car with the quickness.
Which model Mercedes?
I had a 2018 B Class Sport. So I had like the nice sport rims and it had like the sport trim. It wasn't like the ugly B Class. It was like when they got nice.
B Class?
Yeah. It's like a little hatchback, but it had like sportiness to it.
We got a days or like classroom, and then the last 3 days they get out on bikes and they either learn for the very first time or we teach like all kinds of things. Okay.
Trying to give you a warning.
Okay. You can go around. Use the bike lane. This is the bike
This is the bike lane.
It's a pedestrian crossing.
Next time I'll just hit him. Oh!
You okay?
You alright?
Yeah. It had nothing to do with me.
Alright. I'm like, I hit him.
So unfortunately there, my friend took a little tumble. I believe he hit a hole or a rock or something. But it's just interesting that after that negative encounter with that individual, that negative energy kind of just like engulfed our happiness and our joy with our ride. And unfortunately there was a little incident. But to be honest though, the fact that I stopped and looked back within maybe 2-3 seconds, and by the time I look back, the man is back on his bike and riding past me, I was like, that is the quickest I've ever seen anyone get up from a fall like that. Because me, I'm a little diva sometimes, so I sometimes will stay down for a little longer than I should, obviously depending on the fall and where I am. If there's like a car situation, or if I'm in a situation where like I literally have to get up quickly with the adrenaline, then sure. But sometimes I'm like, okay, I need to like process on the ground. How did we get here? And how we will never end up in this situation again. At this point in the ride, we're about 7 kilometers in from the start. We started the climb maybe 20 minutes ago at this point in the footage. My legs were completely toasted. I did I think it was 80 kilometers total, like a day and a half before this climb for my Waikiki to Waimanalo ride. So I made sure I mentioned that before I committed to this ride. I'm like, hey, if you decide you need to drop my ass at any point of this climb on this ride, like please feel free to do so. Like I'm probably going to be super slow climbing this hill. And boy was I ever.
And see how he performs on this single speed.
I'll take you on a ride with me up the Siri.